Went saw Fantastic Four yesterday. I'm gonna give you the quick, skinny review of what I thought, and this is spoiler free. So Fantastic Four brings you back to the mindset of 2000s, where they were just trying new movie ideas, new movie concepts. There has been a lot of Marvel fatigue, where it's been very formulaic lately. So going back to like the rooted superhero movie where you're just learning these characters. They didn't take their time with teaching you the characters because you already know them. They put you in the universe of these people already being established, and it was fine to do that. I love that idea. I love that concept. Very dramatic movie, very intense in the scenes that, especially when it comes to like Sue and having her baby. Not gonna spoil that, of course, but everything with the Silver Surfer, very good character. I know everybody was complaining about, oh, Silver Surfer shouldn't be a girl. Who cares? Like it doesn't matter. The idea and the concept was great, and this is a different universe, so you're getting something that you're not supposed to expect. Um, Characters can be flexible. These are superheroes. These aren't real people. So when it comes to like people being black or white or male or female, we should be a little bit more open. It's a good movie, man. I personally think it's one of my favorite movies. Not ever, but like I did give it like when I came out of the movie, I gave it a 9 out of 10. I might like bump it down to like an 8 out of 10 now that I'm like sobering up a little bit after the experience. But it's fantastic. No pun intended. It's fantastic. Um, yeah, but I enjoyed this movie. It is very much worth seeing. It's not gonna blow you away at any means. Like the things that you expect to happen are gonna happen. But the the bond between the Fantastic Four is really what the calling moment is. I am someone who likes characters, so when it comes to like established characters like the Thing, Johnny Storm, Sue Storm, I expect certain things. Everybody played their characters so great. You know, Reed felt like Reed Richards. He felt like somebody who has this intense magnitude for intelligence, but he can't really explain it all the time. If you were asking him, like, "Hey, can you explain this?" He's like, "I really can't." You know, it exists in my mind, but there's no mechanism for me to explore it yet. So if you find that lever, I can do it. I'm Reed Richards. Like I am him, but it just needs to be the technology needs to exist. The reason needs to be exist. There has to be a different way. That's basically Reed's story in this. Sue, she's a very political person, very like intuitive person. Like she's the empathetic counter to who Reed is. So now that she has a baby and the world is at stake and all, not, again, not to spoil the movie, but obviously the baby is going to be an important part of the movie. She has to make a choice. Like it's either her family or the world, and she wants to save both. It's not good enough to just say, "I'm going to sacrifice one or the other." Like she really is trying to find a good solution, but she doesn't. She's still kind of struggling because she is protective of her baby. So um, then you have Johnny. Johnny, he isn't as flamboyant as most people would expect him to be because I guess we're used to like the Chris Evans version who was like, "Look at my fire," like in your face about it. But he was there. He was like very present. He was very like funny when he wanted to be. He's very, but and they also showed off a different side of him where he's very intelligent. He's very much like Reed. He has things that he wants to explore and he wants to do, and he just needs that assistance as well. But he was very, very good character. And Thing was amazing. It's hard to compare the 2003 version and this version, but this Ben Grimm was he's very good. They didn't go into like his deep into his like backstory or anything. They hinted at it when he went to Yancey Street. He's very nostalgic about it. They didn't poke fun at him for being this monster, which is a part of his character. But we're past that now. We're at the point where we can have a relatable version of Thing who could be this. gentle giant, and he was holding the baby mostly, taking care of his family. That's what we wanted to see from the Fantastic Four. This family, the family was the most important part of the Fantastic Four. Galactus, of course, was the main villain. We got to see Galactus, and he was intimidating. He was very much a threat to the Fantastic Four. But I wasn't expecting him to be some, world. Well, he is a world ender. I can't say I'm not expecting him to be the world ending, but I wasn't expecting him to be overshadowing the Fantastic Four. Because again, this is the Fantastic Four, the first steps. So we're expecting to see way more of all these characters. So yeah, that's what I thought. 8 out of 10.